Hello, it is time for color correction time. Before we get started, I just want to quickly define two terms for you that are important. One is color correction, the other one is color grading. And color grading, okay, grading, my accent, is a term that gets used a bit flippity flop, okay, but you need to be reasonably clear about it when you are working as a video editor. Somebody asks you to do some color correction or color grading, they're very different jobs. So color correction is fixing photos, color grading is giving a specific look, okay, or a feel to it. So color correction would be things like, hey, the lights aren't great. We need to kind of, play with the shadows or make it brighter, okay, fixing broken video, okay. Color grading is adding an effect or a look, okay. Think Instagram filters, think, I want this film to look a little bit more cinematic, or I want to make it look like an old-time film, okay. So you give it a look. That's color grading. Okay, so we're going to do color grading in this course, but not right now. We're going to do color correction. So let's jump in now and I'll show you how to do it. All right, let's do some color correction. Okay, so to do it, we're going to open up a panel under Window, and there's one called Lumetri Color. Click on that one. It should kind of open up on the side here. The next thing we need to do is, let's say we're going to correct 01 XD intro. So what we need to do is put our playhead in a position that's a good general representation of the footage. Okay, and because mine's shot on a tripod and nothing's moving, it's pretty easy. You can pretty much have it anywhere in here and color correct it. But let's just say, for instance, I'm going to drag in 01 again. Okay, so you can have more than one instance of this. Okay, and what you can do, there's no point color correcting there, okay, because color correcting my back is not a good not a good way to color correct, because it's going to actually look different when my actual skin tones are all involved. Okay, so remember, when you're color correcting, different from Photoshop. Okay, Photoshop you just do one shot, whereas video you actually have to kind of try and guess it for this whole entire thing. So you need to find somewhere kind of in the middle. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to scroll down, find a bit where I'm looking vaguely intelligent. And what we're going to do is we're going to select 01. You might have to zoom in and out to kind of move your way along, but have 01 selected. Okay, and all we need to do is click on over here where it says basic correction. Click on that word once. What will happen is click it again to close it. So there's a bunch of different categories in here, and it can look very confusing in here. I get confused still. Okay, so basic correction is the one we want. Okay, and what we're looking for is we're going to do the quick and easy auto option. So we make sure the actual clip is selected, click on auto, and it didn't do a whole lot. Okay, what did it actually do? You can test it by going to basic correction. See this little tick next to it, just to turn it off, on, off, on. Just did a little bit of work with the shadows and the blacks, so just minusing it a little bit. The reason that is that I spent a bit of time getting my kind of room set up with the right lighting, and I mess around with my camera to try and not have to do a whole lot of color correction afterwards. Yours might be changing loads of different things. So that is color correcting this one. The one thing we might do though is that it's very small in comparison to the rest of it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to kind of adjust your workspace, because this has kind of crowded it out. Yours might be looking a little differently. Okay, but can you see in between any of these panels, there's little double lines appear. So this one here, I can kind of, between my source monitor and my program monitor, I can click, hold, and just kind of like drag it across. You can see I could just get more screen real estate, if you will. Okay, and same with the timeline. You can drag it down to get a bit more space. Drag it out this way. So you will find the happy medium for your computer screen. Okay, I've got a really big 4K LG monitor. I love it. But when I'm working on my laptop, I actually have to have a different kind of view. So drag it around to kind of something that looks nice for you. Now that that's done, I need to kind of acknowledge that this one here is not done. Nothing's been changed in this one because I had this one selected when I did it, and this one hasn't been done. So I can do the same thing, find a good middle kind of shot, and then with it selected, click auto, and it's done basically the same thing. Okay, why? Because it was all shot at the same time. Work our way along. Is there any that are different? Auto, same. It's the same. Same footage. Okay. Okay, if you've got like windows open, it's going to be different every time because you're using the light from the window to change, and there's clouds and the sun moves. Okay, so that's the auto feature, super easy. Let's look at doing it manually. Okay, so I've got this one here. I'm going to go to Edit, Copy. I'm going to scrub along a little bit using the middle of the little rubber band thing. Bring my CTI along here. It's wherever this playhead ends up being is where it's going to paste. Okay, so if you leave it behind, even though you've scrubbed along, it's going to paste wherever this thing is. So we're going to go to Edit, Paste. I'm going to use the shortcuts from now on. So that's Command V for a Mac and Control V for a PC. So I'm going to use those shortcuts from now on. Pretty common. So I've got this one, okay, which has been auto-corrected. I'm going to duplicate it again. So I'm going to put one just next to it, and I'm going to go to Edit, Paste. I'm going to use a shortcut. Look at that. I'm doing down here just to kind of show you different ways of working. So you do the same. Have two versions. This first version has been done with auto. The second version here, okay, we are going to let's go to Reset. Okay, so I've got the second option selected, reset it, so it's back to normal. And what I'm going to do is show you how I manually correct. So I find weirdly that working from this tone, okay, this is where you start in tone and you start at the bottom up. I find it gives you a more, it works more, I find that's the best order to work in. Working from exposure down I find is quite tough. But working up, doesn't matter, there's no right or wrong. But basically all you're doing is dragging it back and forth. So I've got that selected. Grab blacks, drag it left, right, and don't be afraid to give it a good drag. You know, people in my class are like, "Ooh, just go up a little bit, and just go down a little bit, just go forward and back." You can always go back to 0. Okay, and all I'm doing is, I'm not even looking where the slider is. You can't see me, but my head is pressed against my screen, okay, and I'm just kind of going back and forth, and then I get slower and slower until I find that feels good. So when I'm dragging it, it's blurry. It's because I've turned my quality down to quarter earlier on, because while it's static, it tries to go to full resolution. It's only when it's either playing or you're manipulating it, it goes down to the quarter. I'm going to be probably for the rest of this course go back to full because my laptop's pretty good. You might have to toggle between half and a quarter the whole way through this whole course just to get the best out of your laptop. Okay, so I'm going to go to full. I'm going to drag it back and forth, close to the screen. Here we go. That feels nice to me. Okay, and it's a lot different than the -5. And this is just my preference. Okay, same with the weights. I'm going to go up and down. I'm not caring where it is. I'm just kind of going back and forth and to there. So it's up a little bit. So the same, start big until I find it. And you can see that one went up 5. I'm not watching the numbers. I'm just clicking, holding with my mouse, looking crazy by getting real close to my screen until I find what I'm looking for. You see -6, whatever, 0.6, why even bother? Okay, and exposure. Hey, I ended up at 0. That never happens. Okay, but yeah, so you can see my manual ones are a lot different than my auto. Okay, and the difference is, let's have a look. Click here, click here, click here, click here. Which one do you like more? You'd be like, that was a big waste of time because they look pretty close. I like my one better because I took some time to do it. But to be honest, when I'm doing this kind of, I'll probably manually edit, okay, or manually correct for an important video. If I was doing a documentary, I'd spend a lot more time doing it. A short film, loads of time. These how-to videos, if I'm all honest, I just click on auto and just move on. Okay, and maybe not the intro, but definitely for the 100th video, I just kind of click on auto. All right, one last thing we're going to do before we go is saturation. So this little slider down here I ignored. We are going to look at saturation. We're going to go left, all right. Do we want it more saturated, less saturated? Mine are pretty good. Like the camera and the lens and the lighting's all very nice, so I'm not going to mess around with it, but that might be the last thing is I often go in and just bump it up a teeny tiny bit. I just want a little bit more, always a little bit more. So just a teeny tiny bit more saturation and probably 105. You can, I didn't show you that, did I? You can drag them or you can click in here and just type over the top 105 on my keyboard, hit enter, and I can just bump it up a little bit. Basically, in terms of this footage, you can only go as high as my skin tone will allow, because if you go too high, I get a big suntan or a sunburn. Okay, so I'm going to go to 105. And when I said it was the last thing, I don't mean it's the last thing. I mean, this is the third to last. We're going to look at tint and temperature. Don't worry too much about these words. It's blue to red and then green to magenta. So depending on, cameras these days are shooting really lovely balanced colors. Okay, so very rare that I actually have to go in and mess with temperature other than when I'm color grading and giving it a certain look. But let's say you've shot it inside and you are shooting in somewhere that has like lots of fluorescent lights, okay, those big long tubes, okay, you might find it's just a little bit on the blue side, okay, just a little bit like, and it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it being a little bit blue. It's called a color cast, and it doesn't matter if you like it kind of bluey. It's great. It might be a sad moment in the film, but I often like mine quite warm for what I'm doing. So you could move it into the oranges, okay, or the reds, or way down here in the blues. Okay, so you can kind of find your happy medium again. I'm finding mine's just here in the middle. Same with magenta and green. This happens less. Okay, it's mainly to do with temperature. The tint is moving between these colors. Okay, and again, it'll depend on sometimes a lens that you're using on your camera can give it to you. It might be that it's shot in a room with green walls, so green's cast everywhere, so you might have to do some adjustments to tint and temperature. But most of the time, it's tone, starting from the bottom, working your way up, a little bit of saturation, and every now and again a bit of temperature and tint. All right, one thing before I go that I want to just tidy up this color correction is we need to do two things. First of all, let's delete three things. Let's delete this. Okay, we don't need those. They were just like a trial. The other one is we didn't actually add auto to this last one. Okay, so we did it to number 4, number 5, but not number 6. It's all still at 0. And this brings up a really good point. So my playhead is over here. So basically, my playhead is displaying this in the sequence. So I'm actually looking at this. But I can actually have this selected over here, but I'm still viewing that guy. Can you kind of see I have this on? I can have lots selected, but my CTI displays it in the program window. So that confusing explanation, let's just demo it. So I'm viewing it here, but I've got that selected. So if I go through and I go, nip, 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 I'm like, why isn't it working? It's not adjusting. Yeah, and you start dragging it around. What's happening is if I click over here, it has adjusted it, okay, with the one I had selected. So I'm going to hit reset. Another good point and to drop in here is reset only works for the tone. Watch this. If I go, okay, add your own sound effects, okay, and I hit reset, it resets all of this, but not these guys. So 0 and 0, or just drag them close enough to it. All right, so we're back to this. We're going to click auto. Lovely. All right, now that is it for color correction for the moment. We'll do a bit more hardcore stuff later in the course, but for the moment, you are color correction good enough. Let's carry on to the next video. All right, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give the video a like. Consider subscribing to the channel here. And also, if you want to go a bit further with Premiere Pro, consider checking out my Premiere Pro Essentials course. There is a link in the description. Bye now.